President Akufo-Addo was in opposition and trying to come to power, he and his people found it fit to disregard the Flagstaff House as a security zone when they went on the Occupy Flagstaff House. But today, as we are proceeding on a very peaceful demonstration, we're being told that the Bank of Ghana is a security zone. All well and good, but it won't stop us from speaking out about what we are not happy with what's happening in this country. It's a disgrace. And this country, having been the blueprint for which a lot of countries in Africa actually made the constitutions, actually have the democracies that they are now enjoying. To see that we have rolled so far back under one government is actually heartbreaking.
They make the argument, and they make it quite strongly, that yes, there's been difficulties, yes, there's been challenges, but things are beginning to turn. The finance minister, I'll say a month ago, in an open letter, 6-page, when the call for the BOG governor to resign was upset, that he has been through thick and thin with the BOG governor. In fact, the BOG governor has made a lot of sacrifices to ensure that the country is where it is today and that we haven't crumbled any further. If anything at all, we should allow him the time and the opportunity to steer the affairs of the country out of the current difficulties we find ourselves in. That's the argument of the current finance minister.
The same finance minister who refused to resign and who, after a whole censure motion and the whole procedure that happened after that, used technicalities to remain in place, is the one who's telling us that someone else should not be asked to resign. You know something? We're all here in Ghana. If people are pretending like they don't know that this country is on its knees, all well and good, but you cannot deceive the man on the street, the woman who's sitting in the market with her table of provisions sitting in mud because money that was supposed to be used for re-engineering of drainage in Greater Accra was realigned to COVID. The COVID expenditure, which we are still trying to figure out the details of, $200 million given to Ghana for the re-engineering of our drainage system, wasn't done. This year we are seeing levels of flooding we haven't seen before. Those people who are being affected because someone sitting somewhere else saw fit to redirect funds that were actually supposed to alleviate the suffering of our most vulnerable. And we're supposed to sit down and accept it and wait for them? Of course people like that can say we should wait because they are not feeling the pain. They are not feeling the terrible economic impact of what they have done to the people of this country.
Is it a sense you get that there's a level of detachment from the government and the realities being faced by the ordinary Ghanaian? Because you mentioned flooding, and Klote Kole is your constituency. Anytime it rains, the Odo drain is, the last time it rained about 2 weeks ago, it overflew its banks amongst other things and people were affected. The sense is that there's a level of detachment from reality of the ordinary Ghanaian?
Well, it must be more than detachment. Frankly, I'll bring it down to absolute cruelty, because when you can see the reality of what is happening, and you can actually tell people that things are getting better, then I don't know which universe that you are living in. Luckily, we are here on this bridge. If you just look over the water, you will see that the Odo Channel is silted up so high that the capacity that it should have has been reduced by more than half, with so much water coming down from the mountains and the rest of Accra. When dredging is not being done, proper desilting is not being done, there's lack of proper waste management, there's lack of coordination between the assemblies, and you are telling us that everything is getting better? I don't think so.
I thank you very much for speaking to us. That's the Honourable Zanetta Rollins. She is the Member of Parliament for Klote Kole as well, speaking to us as the protest continues to pick up a bit more heat, pick up a bit more momentum here at the Kwame Nkrumah Circle. I often get confused and continue to mention the Independence Square because that's where the protest is going to be terminating at, but there are different individuals from across the length and breadth of the country. Perhaps I want to speak to this young man as well and find out from him why he is here. Boss, talk to us. Where have you come from? Why are you here on this particular protest? What is it that is worrying you that you've left your home to be here?
I'm from Akemoda at Achimswedro constituency, far from here, that I came here because what is going on in the country, we all are not happy about it. How can Bank of Ghana boss man can try me to me can hear me. Make a tree na ma come imagine here because baby I'm free ban e kwanwa. Na me to me come imagine. Near course we mind me na ya bonyo so. Youth na bre. I didn't think you ever practice good them. Near Fengu Bank, near Fem youth never see any in your juma. On mine me ya bre. TV3 Nyaminsra Mosamoa and I'm support your match as I'm going on mine. Youth near bro Nanado. Nanado ya bre one kasa. On my penuku foba out. Ebe kasai. Am I youth near Kumato AM. A brother sounds so baba kasa near Kumato AM. I didn't know Bank of Ghana between Ghana Parliament because of money more here. Which is a corruption cosono. I know what thing. Oba say to me we scale good them sanitation minister we scale good them to me provide scale good them to me provide dustbins Emma Ghana Etsy Emma Accra high needs this year youth near we school every year cross here yanko kumasi ani eba Accra ama pocket at doso ewa Accra ni kumasi ona mana wo he oboto because so be be yawo ye ni aye mienu pe Accra ni kumasi ade ne twa se eba ne sa this year ya to aba 2001 to 2005, I think so constituency. And this senior minister or Safuman for by. On your share or mining, you see, who yes could be at some sort of this or back. Or my penny nana, or my penny Jomama, or your interchange, or Junior had that one. Yenny baby that into your half flat sent a bit in your down. A Kupado, what young bonnet, Obana, the Waba betting Timu, Yenya babina, or mine me a bro. To say yes or Baba Bonson, or Baba Candy be a trend. Much as Canon and the Google modem, and I have bread. Muyan penny for my bomb over here, Hamon Marie. Yan youth na Yabana, Boba money, my Yammer, and Yenya, you found it. Mama, my name, Yammer, Naya found it. And a more packet is kind of good. A good bargain punk at Baba every Sunday and Yama. This year I told Banku 5 city, Ewakra. You see incompetent Mahama every so near to Banku 1 city 50 pesos, Ewakra. By Nanado, who by now you say who incompetent no. Umom yet to Banku 5 city, Ewakra. You see Okula Mammy and Wakra now won't say to Nanado, you saw about now Obama and Shremu. Shania Kosu when it's enough for 214. Youth now Wagan and Yapre, you're so rough. Yeah, Yaboko Jan, Yabo. Kojan Yaboko, if you are Ghana, try and one senina, Satsapua, Densu, Biramu, or Munirania Bre, Sawam, Mambu and Penifam, not as a more Pakistan, Guama Monanum, Naya Mamma Devia, Yan Kosala and Tuaba Mamma Devia, Tabia Unyasi Abesa, Monanum now more Pakistan, Guama Mono, Monino who said, Baba, I'm betting about a yard for, about down for, and your dog dealers. Na ye be a move society that's will be any yemuno. I'm first canning go back near from Mobisani and Yabinidino. Na ye be a babe, yes, Yanya, Dinaswa, Yababe, your mind any. Mumma, your mind anymore. Mopa Panama Bobla, I set a good foundation, Yamamu. I must see a moon and moody, so. Yeah, Papa, Mamma Mobra. Yeah, Papa, Mamma Mobra. Oh, and I also wound the governor. Yeah, talk governor. Yes, Addison Gary. Send your baby a day and watch it. Just say, yeah, brew my name. From 2001, ya Dante Musa, Yashi. Now, how do you, baby? TV3, I must say, someone doing Ghana on my back.
Right. So that's a very emotional and really livid individual expressing frustration, difficulties, and the like. Cites examples of how now a ball of Banku, which they used to buy back in 2016 at 1 city, is going for 5 cities, and how they are struggling as young people to be able to fend for themselves, and even if they have kids, it becomes an extra toll in being able to provide for themselves and for their kids. These are some of the sentiments which has filled the grounds here that we are at the Nkrumah Circle. A lot more individuals perhaps that will pick thoughts from. You say Addison must go.
Addison must go. Masaya bro. Grammy Fisi region as a man caseton. And a maba bedrua. I want to part and change in the Kuya. Obadia is said now Menoka say contain 1 bag 10 million, 1,000 cities. Banchnia dio fufona yeno. And the kako container and 1 bag 1,000. A bro 1 bag 950. Onyanko Pondi Nana Neba Umiama and so more so. Nani Pabia ended 3 times a day. And now I know say. To be 3 times a day. I'm here 25% per. I want to. Omangana to me say the ama Baumia and the Canoforiata work and pay him. Baumia and Canoforiata, Aquasia Moaquata, Duxoforiata, Henriata, Tatatafoɔ no nko a na edi sika no ɛna ahokyerɛ yɛbrɛ enti yɛasɛm no sɛ sika twitwi de sɛ yɛatumi ayela wɔ Bank of Ghana ɛhu yɛ sɛ ɔmbɛtena obi nti end product no Addison must go.
So he also says that, I mean, quite simply, they continue to experience a lot of difficulties. They continue to experience difficulties and being able to get 3 square meals a day. Hence, they are insisting that the end product of all of this is that the Bank of Ghana Governor, Dr. Addison, must go. But we're still at the Obra spot. It was scheduled that by 8 a.m. they'll begin to move. But from all intents and purposes, there is no indication in any way or form that this protest or these set of individuals who are massed up in their numbers are going to be leaving anytime soon. The chairman of the NDC as well, Johnson Asiedun Ketia, he's here up on the podium where there's been addresses happening for some time now. The chair of the NDC as well, Johnson Asiedun Ketia, he's up there, if you can see in your shots, up there as well as Mensa Thompson with Asepa is now addressing quite a number of the crowd, but it's such a large crowd really. I must say that they are scattered all across this place, and so there are lots of individuals who are scattered all across, and there is the increasing difficulty to have all of them assemble at one place. But we're just going to try and get access to them and get some few words as well as to exactly what it is that is happening. But that's the situation now. And the indication is that Bernard Mona, any moment from now, will be addressing as well the demonstrators. Bernard Mona will be speaking shortly as well to provide a bit more as to exactly what it is that's happening. And in your shot now, I'm sure you can see Bernard Mona as well addressing the crowd.
We are occupying Bank of Ghana. We are occupying where? We are occupying Bank of Ghana. Let no one tell us that we are going to the Black Star Square. We are not seeking independence. We have obtained independence already. But there are thieves, some of whom are the Bank of Ghana, and we want to get those thieves out of office. That is why we are occupying Bank of Ghana. We have conformed with every law to occupy Bank of Ghana. Anybody who does not respect law should go and prevent us from going to the Bank of Ghana. But we will occupy Bank of Ghana today and now. Whilst they are stealing our money, whilst they are abusing us, we are told and we hear that the Minister of Finance, in collusion with the Bank of Ghana, they are opening banks in the Gambia and in Liberia. They are creating unemployment and loss of incomes in Ghana whilst they are enriching themselves in other countries. We will not accept this today and will not accept it forever. They are stripping our nation naked. Everything is not working. People who are sick of liver diseases are dying in the hospitals. Yet the thieves in government can steal so much money that some of them Their housemates can steal in excess of $1.5 million in their bedrooms. This is the governance Akufo-Addo has left for us. Whilst they are sending the police to come and brutalize us, they are selling police barracks. If you go to the 37 DVLA police barracks, they have sold it. The police officers are not happy. Mr. IGP, will you listen to the cries of the other ranks of the Ghana Police Service and stop institutionalizing them to come and brutalize people who are fighting for them? Listen to the cries of the people of Ghana. Today's demonstration is to restore dignity at the Bank of Ghana, restore dignity and sanity at the economic management of our nation, and to set the pace to put out President Akufo-Addo and his MPP out of office. If you support that President Akufo-Addo and MPP should leave office, then today is the beginning of the struggle. Together, we shall lead the liberation of our nation. I thank you all. God bless our homeland Ghana, and bless each and every one of you.
So that's Bernard Mona, who is one of the conveners of Arise Ghana, addressing just a handful really of what is a mammoth crowd. And what we are getting is that from here they might be moving. The chair of the NDC is not wanting to speak, at least from the indication I'm getting from the interaction, as they are beginning in final interactions now as to whether or not the procession towards the BOG, which is the name of this protest, #OccupyBOG, will kickstart. The chants are continuing, the chants are coming in thick and fast, and that is the situation now, where the individuals are continuing. One more individual, I understand, will be providing what we understand is the parliamentary candidate of Ablekuma South will be addressing, and then the chair of the NDC perhaps will address the team in crowd. Let's take a listen to him as well as to exactly what it is he has to say.
After Ghana, boss will say Ghana. Says the businessman be a open her. I got Juma. Nanisika, I say. Only Sika, and Sika, I say. Oma Moya Juma, Saki, and go Musika, so move them to the ash. Bank of Ghana. The debt to the air, the Papa John, the man, Mahan, and the Jan over 200 million Ghana cities. Says Yano. What this time has our check over 6.7 billion. And that, Yapa, said, almost to Yasika, no move, and now opioid dialysis machine, so Pelabu, dialysis center, Yakumu, 18 almost our man, Yabra, Namisha.
And so the parliamentary candidate for Ablekuma South now, and we understand that there will be another individual who will speak, the national youth organizer of the NDC, Pablo, will also address the team in crowd.
Arise, 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 arise. So boy. I represent the youth of the NDC and I represent the youth of Ghana. Today we are here in our numbers to voice out to the corruption and the bad governance that we are experiencing. We are urging every young Ghanaian who has love for Ghana to join us in the streets. We are marching to the Bank of Ghana to demand accountability from this inept and corrupt Addison and the Kufuor administration. Fellow Ghanaians, where we find ourselves today, where we stand today, history beckons that we must rise up as young people and save our country. We don't expect anybody to come from anywhere. We expect the young people of this country to be out there and stand up to the tyranny of the Kufuor. I believe that today's protest is the beginning of the big change that we are anticipating for it to happen. I say change is coming. Change is coming. Change is coming. Change is coming. And that change begins today with you. Let us be bold. Let us march. And let us serve the word of God to the Ghana Police Service. We shall not be intimidated. We are marching to the Bank of Ghana. That is where we will present our petition and let no policeman stand in our way because we are fighting for Ghana. Change is coming. Change is coming. Change is coming. And that change begins today. Thank you and God will us all. Thank you.
The national organizer, the youth organizer, I should say, of the NDC, of the national youth organizer of the NDC as well, Pablo, speaking there, providing a bit more with what it is that is the position of the party in relation to today's protest as well. The expectation is that the minority leader will address this gathering as well before the procession will begin, and then we'll hear from the national chair of the NDC. The national chair of the NDC as well will address the crowd, but the expectation now is that the minority leader, Dr. Kesel Atuforsen, they are making gestures towards him to have him come around and also pass a few words as well, so that after his words, we can hear from the national chair of the NDC, Johnson Asiedu Nketia, as well, in relation, and then perhaps the procession can begin here from the Obra spot, which has been the convergence point over the last few. But we understand Fix the Country as well is here, and they are going to be making a few comments as well.
Sicilia Dape, Usubeya Ghana, Ghana, Maestre. Sicilia Dape, Usubeya Ghana, Ghana, Maestre. Joe boy, Joe boy, Joe boy. I can see all my brothers and sisters on Thursday, Fix the Country demonstration. I'm here to make a special appeal. Mr. NDC, what's your name? National Chairman. We are making a passionate appeal. On Thursday, we went out to demonstrate our civic rights. The police arrested innocent Ghanaians. Arrested them, in fact, they beat them like a common criminals. Meanwhile, the criminals we have in this Ghana are occupying the Chilobi Blaster House. Mr. Chairman, you have to call for a bipartisan probe inquiry in the Parliament House. Why they have to arrest innocent citizens that went out there to demonstrate? You really have to call for a bipartisan probe. Guys with beer, we're beating them inside cell. Some of them were wearing earrings. In Ghana police, they beat them up. So today, we are here to support you guys. We are really here to support you guys. And also, I'm using this opportunity to call upon the Catholic bishops in Ghana here, especially the Holy Father Pope Francis. Currently, the Catholic bishops are having conference in Rome. Pope Francis to call all the Catholic bishops in Ghana that they must go on the streets of Ghana to demonstrate
1 minute
against bad governance of this corrupt regime. The entire Catholic bishops, together with the entire priest, the leader of the protest to be Archbishop Mamakoko, the two leaders at the back to be Bishop Ajayasari and John Wies. Not saying the Jama should be my own parish priest. Emmanuel Sabi put together with assistant. Ereneza Hansen, Father Frederick Achima must come back from abroad to take part in the demonstration for a better nation. Joe boy! Joe boy! The Free Country movements are here to support you guys. And we also use this opportunity to launch the latest youth and years movement. Thank you. Thank you.
I think if you stand here, look at go back. Leave that space. Go back. No, come go
So, we have now gotten the arrival of the leaders of the demonstration. So it's time to listen to them. Mr. What playing the music there? Can you know what I'm listening? The big drum, please. The big drum. So I now want to go to the National Communication Officer, Sami Kesi, to introduce the leader of Parliament and the leader of the AU.
So boy,
If you are here and you are tired of the sea, let me see your hand up. Let me see your hand. Go this way. Oh, let me see your hand. Wave at me. Wave at me. So boy. Today is Action Day. Because today is what? Today is what? We will give Miss Governor Addison a show. Yenina yen fancy bo. Yen peda yen say. Yenye dede. Na yen fancy the minority leader, the member of parliament, for Jumaku Enyambetien, Honorable Dr. Atofose. Ghana for Yeah, 137. We are not here alone. We are here with Arise Ghana, PNC, GCPP, PPP, APC, COPEC Ghana, Concerned Drivers Association,
Kayaye Association, Asepa, Ghetto Boys, Agbobroshi, Ashama, Ododio, Nima, and the whole Ghana. Yasama Yanka is simple. Enough is enough. Minyanom, Abaya Bako. But this government is the worst form of government we have ever seen. This is the worst form of government we have ever seen. We have never seen anything like this before. Minyanom, it is sad. It is indeed sad. Ekwana abani Ghana for Akwado. Yasam Nekaseli Yabaka Bank of Ghana. But I want to tell you today, we are marching with the approved route. Yaboka U-turn on John Evans Akamil's High Street. In front of Kwame Nkrumah Museum. And we will cry for Kwame Nkrumah's body to understand that the guy that knows that and when we get there, demonstration itself will end there. But the leaders of the demonstration, led by my good self and the NDC minority leadership, will have to be given the opportunity to walk into the central bank to present our petition to the government. But let me tell you, until we see Governor Addison, the printer, we will not go to the demonstration today. We will not go to the demonstration today until we see Governor Addison. So to the police service, we want you to be aware to prepare the governor, the printer, and his 2 deputy printers to be ready and to receive our petition. But when we get there, we will read the petition to their hearing and demand their immediate resignation. We have also today, through Honorable Ayarega, petitioned the special prosecutor. Ladies and gentlemen, let me conclude by saying that my speech will be delivered at the entrance of the Bank of Ghana. But in the meantime, let me thank you profusely for the gesture and the turnout, the patriotism that you have shown so far. In fact, today, I am counting almost 50,000 protesters. And clap for yourself for standing up for the Republic of Ghana. Stand up for Ghana. May the Lord Almighty bless all of you for such a gesture. God bless our whole Ghana. Thank you very much. Thank you. So let me introduce you. Oh, boy! Are you ready for the only mosquito in Ghana politics? You are not ready. You are not ready. If you are ready, wave at me. Wave at me. Let's have two for them. I will see your hand. Oh, boy! With a round of applause, let us welcome to the microphone the national chairman of the biggest opposition party in Ghana, the National Democratic Congress, the Honorable Johnson Asianuketia.
Yejra hai yani abre Ghana empanimfo a omo abesom omai ekro akuku da miensa ana enura ya nyame afra womo enti matra se yenyina nyedi sima baako niemfankai ya papa Enoch Mensa alias E.T. Mensa yamfankai ya maame pani Teresa Kofuo na yamfankai Dr. Sidney Lai ayanura ya said say ene ya betunta sukoko achire Bank of Ghana ena enura nyame afre akuku da miensen say ya hunguru kwan so a anka na ya nyawe bayaba yenim se omo adikan na revolution for yasam ne se wo ekwan no na Abubakar obi no oto a yenyina nkoya ye ya nantifa ne so ekokun di nkunim ansa ne yasan yachi aba kai awufo no sadi awamu koyi ejira ye se ye Addison ma ye dan ya ye beko mu amujira hai obia be wu meboa but say adia ubejira so awu no eho beba mfaso ama enchirima yana nanuma wa mu abakro saje ajatenom Popra Atipo private odatelam tenom se wa mu suro wuo ena wa mo any governor amfansi ania anka ena Ghana nke wonko so mu a wa mo fra ye Gold Coast wa mo di omumoja eko edeje Ghana enunti na ne mene ote ho enunti na ne ye wo president a ye fra no Akufo-Addo sa assembly si ye no sa president Akufo-Addo papa no enam sa jina wo mu jina enti ana ya fra wo mu big state a ena wo mo se wo mo ma e wo right se wo mu be di o man sa mu ya hufo ana wo mu ja se governor bekuye aka ya wo kwa asuma se enunti yenu asrafo any police fo amaka yenim se dia ya no woni je ho na bibi ntimuntimi nkasa monta dia no emu ayesesi monya ya ankamu na mu be demonstration ya sramo samonya na ya adi amagana fo a ya nya matamfo we are comrades in arms asamo ya katia ne se kabima bi kabi amamu ajira se udi adwuma manipa se onye mfa nso mamai na se onye nu ye a wo ho kwan se mo pa mu ta nipa na mutu nu sabanti na mo manipa foforo e ba be se na nan enu ana efra nu kabima mi kabi amamu enti wa mu aninam se Bank of Ghana eye security zone eye dia be enuti sa kromfo wo ho a enti mi nkopam wo mo a mama omontia se ye dani Bank of Ghana e de ya bia ya akromfo akobo kankwa wo mu di o man na wu a ye declare a ho crime scene. In other words, if you allow a security zone to be a haven for criminals, we have the right to declare that security zone a crime scene, and we will go there and charge the criminals. Yankota Yakoko, Yadikrata, Eko Manipa, Yadia Jumamano Saonya, Oseno, Nayana Yahotre, Yadikrata Eko Sanita, Sayan Chicho, Yanchajai, Niasi, Nipa, Osaya, so Yadikrata Keke, Eko Sanita, now say Hoya security zone, and the Obachi. Now the age of Ghana prison, no, Yenim Nipadodua, Ghana prison, Nunya, Etimifa, Mochichi, now a more cano, Eguso, now a more Yana Mochichi, prison, Nunya Yama, one more cano, money, one more. I don't see Yaslamo, Yan Fantokama, but Kabimami Kabiamamo. Nancy says, and I hear dear. And it's a Ghana process for Ghana soldier for Samuji Kabimami Kabi, a mammo to more. As I say, mobile home, Namoma, Yadikrata, Akosha near Yabano Pano, Naya Pamano, Yakotan and Okrantano, Yampano, Yadikrata, Commando, Yavie, Obiana, Yabako, Nemom. Samu boya Abrayesu send pano say so or yani mabone the secret yalika or send we have book near say a confirm na mo say mom pene dia ania bibia sia ya de besha mo police for ne bambofo na mo do makwafa ba e say ya ye gira obia kutatuo obia kutagai obia nyawe ba ya si ya no de ya de beka Enunti ye free ano ya ye ready manutia obia nane na onfa nani enchire Bank of Ghana na ya baba Sami Jamfi achira mo kwanya ya befa so ne akwa koduru ho enunti Governor Addison ya kam what ya say Say, Kusie, one hour, Yansanebo, Okobo Kusie, no, or Bongu, no, see what Piaba, or Babaji, and Niwa, some unsignable. No, that's a tintin, or Magic Rata, a Jumanoso, or Gusua, Yansuya tour, and the Editrian Cadia, and the Anino Bada Bank of Ghana. Thank you.
That's the chair of the NDC, Johnson Asiedu Nketia, and just slightly, the heavens are making way briefly for slight showers. The National Communications Officer of the NDC is providing guidance for the protesters as to exactly where it is they are going to be going, and you can hear him say they are going to be taking the Adabraka stretch and be taking a turn around the NDC head office area. And as they continue to offer guidance to these protesters as to the path to which they are going to be taken, it gives the clearest of indication, just as yet, that the protest is going to be beginning in real earnest any moment from now. And that really is the case, where the leadership of the protesters have almost given the all clear for this particular protest to begin in earnest. And we're bringing you live scenes still from the Obra spot here in Accra, where the protesters are on their own, even beginning to move, headed towards the Adabraka area, the high street headed towards Accra. That largely has been the area to which they are going to be going through all throughout today. The National Communications Officer is still bellowing out instructions as to the path to which these protesters are going to be taken, and that pretty much is indicative of what is supposed to be the start of this Occupy BOG protest. That is the latest since all of this began here at the Obra spot here at Accra. It's been a long few hours since it started, but so far so good. So far so good in terms of the atmosphere and the cordiality between the police and the protesters. It continues to be an atmosphere that's been serenaded really by these demonstrators all throughout, and for now the indication is that they are going to be moving and headed towards the Adabraka traffic light area. The all clear has not come through just as yet, but for some of these protesters who know where the initial routes are, they are beginning to move towards the Adabraka area. And it's a lot of individuals who are scattered all across really, and making it increasingly difficult to even tell where the start of this protest is. But there's the aged, there's the young, and all sorts of individuals from different walks of life who have come through today to be a part of the Occupy BOG protest, a protest that has been postponed 2 times already following disagreement with the police over routes that they are supposed to be using. On Friday they were in court again, as you've been hearing all throughout, as to whether or not they will make their way through to the Kwame Nkrumah Mausoleum area, which is some few hundreds of meters away from the central bank, which continues to be a convergence point of interest because the police has insisted and made the argument that that area is a security zone. But just in your shot as well, the traffic situation as a result of the protests by the NDC minority and the NDC as in general, the PNC, COPEC, ASEPA, a host of other civil society organizations. This is the street which has been blocked with vehicles and the likes, all stuck in traffic, waiting for the procession to move along the Adabraka streets, and then they can have the streets to themselves for vehicular traffic to continue again. But the indication now more than ever is that they've gotten the all clear, and any moment from now they'll begin to move up ahead towards the Adabraka area where the protests will begin in earnest. A lot of individuals have spoken. Yes, it may be about occupying the Bank of Ghana and the over 60 billion cedis in losses as recorded in the Bank of Ghana's 2022 financial statement. But for different individuals, it has to do with corruption as well. It has to do with the unavailability of jobs. It has to do with what they say is the current difficulties being witnessed within the Ghanaian economy. And so, yes, it may be about occupying the Bank of Ghana head office and the 60 billion cedis losses as posted, but there are different strands to the conversation. They've had representation from Fix the Country, who just 2 weeks ago, really, or barely 2 weeks ago, staged the Occupy Jolobi protest as well. They said that, yes, they decided to do that. They were picked up on the first day, detained for long hours by the police, were not allowed to get access to the Jubilee House, but it has kick-started a movement which has been sustained all on social media, where they've, amongst many things, started a hashtag of Know Your Failed Leaders and the likes. They are going to be sustaining the momentum, reason why they are deciding to be a part of this protest, because if you look closely, the issues are intertwined, and so there is the need for them to be equally represented as well at this particular place. But it's the Occupy BOG protest which has kick-started. NDC Rasta Caucus Rasta Action and Development. As you're seeing in your shots there, that's the situation here as all walks of life, different individuals, different groupings continue to be a part. Some are screaming at me that I should tell leadership that they are hungry, but it's different conversations. The KIAs as well are beginning to stroll past us, headed towards the Adabraka area. They are strolling past us. Some of them spoke to us a lot earlier, but the indication is that the protest is starting in earnest now as the KIA stroll past us in your shot with placards. Somebody holding 3 placards, interestingly, as they stroll past us in brisk walking, really, as the protest begins in earnest. And so it has begun. And this one is saying Jean Mensa is a Akufo-Addo's puppet. Another of just the placards in your shot as well. But the protest is beginning now, where a host of dignitaries, particularly from the NDC minority side, have become present here. And perhaps we just speak to a few of the individuals as well. The old I mentioned are here as well. Mummy, talk to us. Why aren't you catering for your business, for instance, or resting at home, and you're deciding to be on the streets today?
The problem is that how things have been going on in the country is not good. That the president is not serious. He has been sleeping for a long time, and this time he have to wake up, because when you look throughout the country, you can see that we have a lot of poverty inside the country. A lot of people doesn't work. Some of them have been sacked from their working places. And some people are really poor. For example, how they call men's gold. How can you go and work from outside country and bring the money to Ghana to make a business? They have sold the money. And they have been sharing the money for each other. And when the people go there to go and ask their money, the police and the dogs and things have been chasing them. And we can't sit down and see through how the things have been going. How about the future children who are going to, they will curse us, because we have to make everything good before they will grow and meet us we are now. So that's why we are joining it. Every year when there's something like that, demonstration, we used to come and we defend the country. Because if the country is good, nobody will make demonstration. That's why I'm here, dear.
So you're here to defend the country essentially, yes, and the fact that things are not going well.
Yes, that's why we are here.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So I mentioned that it's not just the young, but the old as well. The old as well are here, all in numbers as well. Not just one old person really, but quite a number of the individuals are spotted as well, a bit old as well. Perhaps we'll speak to a bit more of these individuals. Maybe I'll just speak to this young man as well. Talk to us. I see you're holding a camera.
Yeah, actually I'm a cameraman, and I don't personally like what is going on in the country. You know, people are suffering. When you look at the issue, it is not something to write home about. And we are very angry this morning, and we are demonstrating against the government on issues that are very, very important. And we feel these issues will help the country progress.
Which one of these issues is of germane concern to you?
As a concerned citizen, I am very, very placing my bet on the Bank of Ghana issue, Cecilia Dapa's issue. Look at the situation of the youth, and if one person will actually hold an amount of money in her room, and look at what is going on. Money is missing. How can money get missing? It is not an excuse. And we blacks, we don't have a good reason for our mistakes. We should admit that the government is not doing well. So we, the youth, are fighting against the government because we feel things are not going well. And we must speak. This is the time for us to speak and rise up Ghana must move forward. This government is not treating us well. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much as well. And so, just in your short as well, I mentioned that it appears that the numbers are high, and so it's pockets and pockets of individuals